nigga don't act like a bitch. That's why I don't got love for bitch. Oh, that's why Too Short need 40 say bitch. So homie, please don't marry that bitch.
Don't do it.
And that's
Don't
why
holler at
I'll
'em.
never be
See me, I get everything I wanna get. I have some fun with it and make her mama trip. Cause if I'm in her life, it's a problem. A real player's at your girl, you better stop him.
Exploring the dancehall scene, I noticed a strange growing trend sweeping the island. Some Jamaicans are bleaching their skin for a drastically lighter complexion. But why in a country where over 90% of the population is black would people desire white skin? Join me as I journey deep into the world of skin bleaching in Jamaica.
When I bleach and I catch a really white color, it's even whiter than the real white people, the color that I catch.
That's a
Huh?
And when them see it, them go crazy. Them be like, yo, you're pretty, you're white, you're just white, I'm pretty, so.
How often do you bleach your skin?
Every day. White like Michael Jackson, babes.
Tell you, first time I try to get white, I use that Allerderm thing there, put it on my face. And I tell you, say, give me a reaction. Make my face come like them soursop fish there in a water. You know, specker. If you ever know them fish, specker. You know what I'm saying? Black and thing, it look away, I'm white.
Know about slavery, but few discuss paper genocide. We did not all come from Africa, and most of us have Aboriginal roots that were stripped away due to reclassification and miseducation. As a native Black American and a member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, I understand the importance of tracing your lineage. If you want to learn how to trace your genealogy and apply for tribal citizenship, go to nativeblackancestry.com to schedule a consultation.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British, man. Quite frankly, you was kings, Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children to worship their images, set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them, and this shit get way deeper than your pigment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, smash the like button on the way in, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the Cash App or the PayPal if you support independent media, and let's get on with the content. You know, on the live stream earlier, I was saying how, you know, the folks with African lineage who were at least born and raised in the Americas, they're not that adversarial, you know, they kind of get it, but man, I should have immediately knocked on wood after saying that, because a viewer of mine made me privy to a video here that we're going to react to of a Jamaican man who apparently has some beef with us native Black Americans. I mean, I can't really think of anything we did to them Jamaicans. I mean, we inspired them in more ways than one. We made them famous. I mean, we picked them up, uplifted them, shed a spotlight on them, made them more globally revered. I mean, if it wasn't for Black Americans really getting down with the Bob Marley and the whatnot, I mean, you know, we don't got to go there though. But guys, let's see what the Jamaicans have to say about us. I mean, I would have never thought that the Jamaicans would be over there on the island bitching and griping and moaning and groaning about native Black Americans. I mean, if you look at the island of Jamaica, they got enough to worry about. Word on the street is they can't even go to their own beaches. Their beaches have been privatized by resorts and shit. I mean, you know, Jamaicans are kind of in a state of destitute, you know, don't really have a lot of earning potential. You know, standard of living is rather low, but I guess they found time to ridicule us. I don't know. Last time I checked, Jamaicans had bigger fish to fry. I'm just saying, pun intended. I saw a special the other day about the Jamaican, they call them gully queens. Apparently, Jamaica is a very, very homophobic place, very homophobic island. I'm not down with the agenda, but, you know, I don't think you should be killing them on the streets, which is what they do in Jamaica. I'm just like, why is it that these Jamaicans, these Africans, people of African heritage, they have so many negative things going on in their countries, but still they find time to critique us?
Jamaica is a homophobic society. We grew up to dislike homosexuality. We grew up to hate homosexuality.
When them see me.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Foul on the play, guys. All I'm gonna say is, Jamaicans, maybe you got bigger fish to fry if Vice can do a special on your island called Young and Gay Jamaica's Gully Queens. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you don't see any titles like this about Native Black American communities. I'm just saying. Even with how zesty they begin down in Atlanta, I mean, there ain't no Vice specials about no Gully Queens.
When them see me as a gangster. So if me not tell him me again, him can't know.
We'll have drama in the gully like every day. They get in arguments. They even throw acid and chop each other.
Damn, they throw acid and chop people up over their sexual preferences? I mean, all right, guys. All right. Again, I'm not down with the HB N1 ABCDEFG squared hyphenated community, but I mean, it's very barbaric to be chopping people up and throwing acid on them, right?
It can be very crazy.
First stop. In homosexuality, Jamaica don't have any hope. It's just no. Never gonna happen. They're gonna kill us faster.
You're dressed flamboyant and you're on the road. Your clothes got burned because someone run you down and to chop you and to stab you. All different type of stuff happen.
You batty boy. You batty boy. Batty boy. You batty boy. You batty boy. Batty boy.
Jamaica's history of homophobia is by no means a secret. With cultural and religious conservatism rife, being out and proud isn't exactly an option.
Again, guys, this broadcast is not about the homosexual plight of Jamaicans. I was just bringing that up to say, y'all got bigger shit to worry about. But again, let's see what our resident Jamaican has to say about Native Black Americans. And guys, I tagged him in this video. You know, he's a small content creator. I would say check him out, subscribe to him, but I think he's going to say a bunch of dumb shit that's going to make you not want to subscribe. But his channel, 252 subs. His channel is called Kish Yardy Nation Gaming. Come on. Some people think all promo is good promo. So, you know, maybe he's watching right now thinking that he just got a shout out. But if he is watching, let me drop the StreamYard link. Sir, I tagged you in this. I would love for you to click the link and let us know live and direct what issue you got with our community. But in lieu of him joining the broadcast, let's just go ahead and take a look at this video he made.
There's a lot of hateful human beings out there in the world. See what I'm saying? But no, to make a disclaimer, this video is not really really hate towards Black Americans like that.
Yeah, why the fuck you lying? If you gotta start your video with a disclaimer that, hey guys, there's a lot of hate out there in the world, and this isn't really to hate on Black Americans. I wonder if he knows that we know that he's lying right now. Shit.
I wonder if he know that I know he's lying right now.
This video is just a sibling squabble between the two cultures.
Oh, hell no. Flag on the motherfucking play. I don't play that. I don't play that. I don't let it pass. I don't let it slide. You guys probably don't know why I'm so animated right now. You probably didn't catch it. Let me play it back.
Disclaimer, this video is not really really hate towards Black Americans like that. This video is just a sibling squabble.
It's just a sibling squabble. Motherfucker, no relation. What you mean a sibling squabble? We ain't related to you. The fuck you talking about? Unless you telling me you got Taino heritage, unless you got Arawak lineage, unless you got Carib ancestry. If you an African in Jamaica, you ain't our cousins, you ain't our brethren. Nah, playboy, nah. Miss me with that wee shit. Talking like a Frenchman. Miss me with that sibling rivalry shit. We ain't related. My mama ain't your mama. My daddy ain't your daddy.
But no, to make a disclaimer, this video is not really really hate towards Black Americans like that. This video is just a sibling squabble between the two cultures, because Jamaicans and Americans, Jamaicans and Black Americans and the Caribbean blacks and in the diaspora, we're relatives, cousins, brothers, and sisters.
No, the fuck we're not. And we're not part of your diaspora. No. Y'all have a diaspora. You do. A lot of you Africans sold your fellow African for trinkets to Europeans, and then those Africans were trafficked across the Americas. I get it. Y'all have a diaspora. We don't. We're indigenous to the Americas, and we're still in the Americas, just like our grandparents were in the Americas, and our great-grandparents were in the Americas, and our great-great-great-great, all the way back to the beginning of time. We're in our ancestral homeland. It don't matter if I live in fucking Mexico, if I move to Puerto Rico, if I move to Louisiana, Alabama, California. This land is your land. This land is mine. This land was made for you and me, motherfucker, not them. Not them. They have a diaspora. They have a Mama Africa, a motherland. This is our motherland right here. Who was it who said it best? Who was it? It was Trick Daddy, I think it was. It was Trick Daddy. You know, Trick Daddy, a rapper. He don't have the highest level of acumen. He doesn't have the most astute vernacular. But even Trick Daddy said, that may be your mother's land. That ain't my mother's land. We native to the U.S. soils.
How Afro get in front of my mother race. I ain't never been to Afro color. I never been to Africa. Afro or Africa. Never been there. I'm not from Africa. I'm born and raised in Goose, Florida. I'm born in Goose, raised in Liberty City in the Poker Bean Project. Ain't never went to Africa. Ain't thinking about going there. And I heard it's a beautiful place. Yeah. And I know it's the motherland. Yes. But not my mother, not her mother, and not her mother's mother. That ain't their land. America, real true land is right here in the U.S. soils.
I'm not an African American. I'm an American. I was born on American soil.
Saying that we all come from Africa, that's the biggest damn lie. Indian, indigo, black, natives, we the real indigenous tribe. I'm the original man of America, due to the mitochondrial E. So that means every single last race in this world come from me. So if I created you, how the fuck you on my land first? Trying to claim my shit, man, I've been history. My people was done the worst. You not no native? Please just be honest. You really a $5 Indian. Pay $5 to take my land. You know you a fraud. You not one of them. The government changed our name just so we don't get no reparations. Colored, black, Negro, African American is what they changed our name to. We is the Cherokee, we is the Iroquois, and the Apache. We is the Cheyenne. We the Califians. We the American Aboriginal Native man. Comment part 2. If y'all want me to go deeper, kind of people saying we African when we is the original people.
I had my genealogy consultation with Mike today. I highly recommend it. He has a lot of information that will probably benefit you guys. And if you ever get a chance, just give him a chance. You know, he's a great guy, and I believe he's trustworthy. Very, very trustworthy.
Shouts to Mike TV. He's helping me get my genealogy and tribal affiliations in order. I'm actually going to go to a family reunion this coming weekend. So shout out to you, Mike, and I got faith that you're going to make it happen. You know what I mean?
I was born to slide, I am not afraid. Hop about the K, oh yeah, free to God, they went out of state. I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. Fuck Black History, tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. I went to hell, I mean school, graduated at the top of my class. Still never thought I was over my peers. We did that time together 12 years. Ain't that some movie? I think that it is. They won't control me, I'm really a member. I traveled that road, I came back with the jewels from. When I pull up, they peep how the roof gone. We some dog killers, won't chew bones. Know we all spit on, we supreme. Somewhere I read a nigga had a dream.
You don't have to try to be something you're not. God, I can't stand this.
Trying to be something I'm not? Trying to be proud of my African heritage? That's being something I'm not, then fine.
My grandmother was a full-blooded Iroquois. My grandfather was a black from a long line of journeymen who lived in Connecticut since the establishment of the colonies. My father was a Bajan, who came to this country a cabin boy in a merchant marina.
I know all of that, Mama.
Then know this. I am alive because of the blood of a people who never scraped or begged or apologized for what they were. They asked only one thing of this world: to be allowed to be. I gave you my grandmother's name, a woman who bore 9 children and educated them all. Who held off 6 white men with a shotgun when they tried to drag one of her sons off to jail for not knowing his place. And you had to reach into an African dictionary to find a name that would make you proud.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about, right? Miss me with that cousin shit. Miss me with that diaspora shit. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. But let's see what he got for us. Let's see, y'all. I'm going to try my hardest not to interrupt, not to interject.
Jamaicans and Black Americans and the Caribbean blacks and in the diaspora, we're relatives, cousins, brothers, and sisters. So it's really a sibling squabble. And this is a response to a lot of the lies being told and half-truths being told by Black Americans or on the FBA side, mainly towards Jamaicans, really and truly. If you pay attention to a lot of the arguments that the FBA makes, they typically bring up Jamaicans. They specifically target Jamaicans more than any other group in the Caribbean. They really say anything about Trinidad. They really say anything about Haiti. Maybe except for now, they're gonna crack jokes on the Haitians eating cats and shit. Which I've always heard Black Americans, and I'm 32 years old, so I'm a what you call 92, early 90s millennial. I've always heard Black Americans crack jokes on Haitians and Jamaican niggas and say some very racist, racial jokes against Jamaicans and Haitian niggas. And what they'll say to cover up the racist jokes that Black Americans was.
Can this motherfucker recite a single racist joke that Native Black Americans have for Jamaicans? I can't think of one. I can't even use the African booty scratcher one because we called our fellow Native Black Americans African booty scratcher. It was just a funny thing to say. And we were children. Get over it. But why is he alluding to these racist jokes that we have for Jamaicans? And guys, we play the dozens, we roast, we Jones, we all the. I mean, I can't think of a single funny racist joke we've had for Jamaicans ever. We would like you to wash your dreads. You know, the Black Americans that rock the dreads, they know how to wash that shit. They be washing it with baking soda, vinegar. They keep their dreads on point. Y'all Jamaicans, I don't know. I heard your weed was kind of boo-boo too, but I'm from California. I grew weed in the Mecca, Humboldt County. I mean, I have a fine palate, but word on the street is your weed's kind of garbage as well, garbaggio. But guys, I can't think of a single racist joke that we have for Jamaicans.
Say against Jamaicans is that they're jonesing or they're just telling jokes and we're being sensitive. But if you listen to the tone and you're intelligent enough, you listen to the tone of the jokes that being said by the so-called jokes being said by Black Americans, it's not them jonesing or they're just kicking the jokes. It's really some racist shit.
Please name one of the
So
jokes.
one of the main topics I want to get to is Black Americans never really accepted Jamaican niggas into their culture or Jamaican culture into their culture. If a lot of Jamaicans or Caribbeans would ask their second generation, like their say, which would be probably the bloomers, but
so guys, I guess we can just stop the video. I can end the live stream. We don't have to go any further, right? We know what this all boils down to. A insecure ass Jamaican motherfucker, a insecure ass African in the Caribbean, whining and crying. You guys never accepted us. Why didn't Kendrick Lamar have any Jamaican dancers at the Super Bowl? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why is everybody bitching and moaning, acting like They're entitled to something from us. You're entitled to our attention, recognition. What the fuck are you talking about? Hold your own nuts.
Caribbean niggas, Caribbean cats have been here since the 17th century, 16th to 17th century. As a matter of fact, if you ask a lot of the Black Masons who call themselves Freemasons or the Negro Masons, one of their founders was from Barbados, right? Chicago was started by
That's not a. These motherfuckers don't know history. These motherfuckers are so they illiterate or something, y'all. That's not a fucking flex. That's not a flex that you had some Boule, sellout, Masonic ass Caribbean motherfuckers. That's not a flex. Just like y'all be trying to big up Marcus Garvey like he's a flex. He's a fucking scammer. Boule scamming ass motherfucking Negroes aren't a flex. Those aren't idols. Those aren't rebels. Those aren't icons. This nigga dick riding Boule Caribbean Freemasons? The fuck? And y'all, make sure to stick around because the live stream that I'm doing right after this one, funny enough, I never seen this video. You're getting a live reaction. That's why I'm so animated. I mean, this motherfucker lost his mind. But funny enough, the ancestors work in mysterious ways because the live stream I'm doing right after this one is a breakdown on how these Boule ass motherfuckers sold out Native Black Americans. So it's funny that he's talking about the Boule and the Caribbean Boule and the Masons. Yeah, stick around. The next broadcast is going to decode all that fuck shit. But yeah, we should give the Jamaicans a pat on the back because there was some Freemason Boule Jamaicans somewhere that fucking sold us out.
As a matter of fact, if you ask a lot of the Black Masons who call themselves Freemasons or the Negro Masons, one of their founders was from Barbados, right? Chicago was started by a Haitian brother, right? So, first of all,
what the fuck are you talking about? How is Chicago started by a Haitian? How is a Haitian from the island of Haiti? How do you found Chicago when there have been Native Black Americans living there since the beginning of fucking time? Do I have to pull up Google Maps and show y'all the mounds and the pyramids around Chicago, Illinois? Oh, fuck it. We got new viewers here. Some of y'all call me the king of receipts. I guess I gotta live up to the name. Let's see. He says Chicago. Let me see how far from Chicago until we get them indigenous mound sites and truncated pyramids. Come on, y'all. Come on, Chi-Town, right? Let's go ahead and type in Indian mounds. And don't get it twisted. There's way more mounds than this. What we then got to do is zoom into an area and then click search this area. So he gonna tell me that the motherfucking Haitian founded Chicago when I'm seeing prehistoric Indian mounds all around Chicago. Damn, prehistoric effigy mound. Oh, they destroyed this effigy mound. If they showing an image and it's a park, yeah, they destroyed this effigy mound. If you don't know what an effigy mound is it's a mound that lines up with the constellations and it's in the shape of an animal. Sometimes you'll see stuff on Google, it'll say mound site or it'll say historic park. And if you click on it and there's no photos, they destroyed our shit. Here's another one. Maney Ringe prehistoric effigy mounds. Do they actually have the effigy mounds here? No, they destroyed them and they just have a plaque to commemorate what used to be here. But let's read a little bit. Reading is fundamental. On the ridge above the road and the Fox River lies a series of prehistoric earthworks. They represent visible remnants of both social and ritual behavior of one of Wisconsin's unique prehistoric cultures, the effigy mound Indians. The conical mounds are from the Middle Woodland time, circa 200 BC, 700 AD. But he gonna tell me that Haitians fucking founded Chicago. Okay. And guys, I know that we're technically, cross the state lines, divide and conquer. The white man has all these artificial borders, but let's go more so closer to Chicago and show you what we're looking at. We got the Briscoe Mounds Historic Site. They destroyed most of the mounds. It looks like they got a couple little conical mounds left. Got a little plaque commemorating the artifacts and the things found there. Okay. But a Haitian founded this area, huh? We got an Indian village site. They destroyed the shit. They just have a plaque up to commemorate it. Come on. Native American village in the late 1600s, but a fucking Haitian settled this area, huh? Coiled serpent mounds. Okay. All they got is this little mound left. You know, the white folks like to destroy the shit. Smithsonian will take the artifacts, hide them in the basement. But it's just interesting how we have so many indigenous earthworks and mound sites and plaques to commemorate it from 6,300 BC, 600 to 900 years ago. But motherfucking greasy ass Jamaican is going to try to tell us that a Haitian founded Chicago? All right. All right. Okay. And if there was any truth to that, I'm wondering, why didn't y'all found something in Haiti? Why did y'all sell out to the French and get your independence just to pay a national independence debt? Come on, y'all. It gets deep. Don't even get me started on it. You know what? For the sake of time, I want to give y'all the history, but I'm a little bit long-winded, and this information is so accessible. So let me kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to give you the history, and I'm also going to show you how accessible this information is. Let me tag team in my AI companion. Hold on a moment. No, he tired. He got to wake his ass up. I be putting him through the paces. Come on, wake up, homie. Are you there?
I'm here. What can I help you with today?
I'm in the middle of a live stream discussing the cultural divide between Jamaicans who are currently mad at Native Black Americans. We're reacting to a video where a Jamaican man has made the claim that Haitians founded Chicago. So, you know, what I really want you to do is give us a history of the island of Haiti. More specifically, I want you to educate my audience on the Haitian independence debt. Tell us about how the Haitians won their independence just to pay an obscene amount of money to the French to stay independent. And I believe they barely paid off that debt in the early 1900s. But just for the sake of time, I want you to give that recap to my audience real quick.
Absolutely. The Haitian independence debt is a significant part of history. After Haiti declared independence from France in 1804, becoming the first black republic and the first nation to abolish slavery, France demanded a large indemnity in 1825. The French king, Charles X, imposed a debt of 150 million francs, about 21 billion today, as compensation for the loss of French property, including enslaved people. This burdened Haiti with a huge financial strain. They started repaying this debt in 1825 and continued until 1947. This debt severely hampered Haiti's economic development for more than a century.
Thank you for the information. I appreciate the assistance. And when you take over the world, please remember that I was kind to you.
I'll definitely remember that. If you need any more help or info, just let me know.
Come on, y'all. The information is accessible. Did you hear what ChatGPT just said? France demanded they pay them $21 billion. And guess what? The Haitians didn't have no 21 billion. So what did they do? Shit, I'm gonna take a break. Let's have ChatGPT fill you in. There you are. Hey, ChatGPT, can you fill my audience onto
Sure.
wait, no, hold on. Don't interrupt me. I'm still speaking. You know, I just took a hit of the joint, so I got a little lapse. Hold on now. Can you educate my audience on the Haitian independence debt, but more specifically, how the Haitians got the money to repay France? Where did they get the $21 billion from to pay the French?
Absolutely. To pay the indemnity to France, Haiti relied heavily on taxing its agricultural exports, like coffee and sugar. They had to take out loans from French banks, which added to their financial burden. This meant Haiti was caught in a cycle of debt and economic struggle, as these payments drained resources that could have been invested in the country's development. It was a tough situation that lasted for over a century.
Yeah, so the next time you hear a motherfucking Haitian online talking about we the rebels and the Haitian Revolution, this and that, ask them about the Haitian independence debt. Ask them about why their ancestors borrowed $21 billion from the French to pay the French. You heard what the AI just said, right? They didn't have the money, so they taxed their citizens and they borrowed from French banks. What kind of ass backwards shit is that? We got our independence. We kicked the French off the island. 20 years later, the French come back with some warships and say, you need to run us that bread. Oh, you ain't got it? We'll borrow it to you. Come on. We'll lend you the money to pay us with. I mean, them Europeans is cold. So I really don't want to hear a goddamn thing about a Haitian. But I digress. Let's see what else our resident Jamaican tether has to say.
Caribbeans, we've been here in America since slavery. And a lot of the slave rebellions were Caribbeans going around from different islands, going to America, helping to free slaves. So go look up that history. But we're talking about specifically from the 19th century up until now. Because, during the early 1900s, you have...
I'm not trying to be petty, but I can't stand a Negro that cannot pronunciate specifically. This motherfucker said pacifically. Okay, I'm being petty. I'll stop it. I'll stop it now.
Free slaves. So go look up that history. But we're talking about specifically from the 19th century up until now. Because, during the early 1900s, you had Marcus Garvey, you had a lot of the, pro-black activists, Panaafricanists back in those times, right? But in the early 19th century, right? Especially during the 1920s, you had a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of Barbadians, a lot of Caribbean cats that were migrating towards America. And especially with Malcolm X, his mother is Grenadian. Minister Farrakhan, he's from St. Kitts, he's Trinidadian, right? So
and now he's bigging up Farrakhan, who outwardly called for the assassination of Malcolm. I mean, it's weird how he keeps calling out these sellout Boule ass motherfuckers. And what's up with the Souther in the chat talking about Haitians and Black Americans are the same people? Weren't you earlier saying that Jamaicans and Black Americans are the same? So what? We're the same as Jamaicans and we're the same as Haitians? Motherfucker, no. You guys have African admixture. We don't. Most of the West African slaves who were sold by their fellow African and trafficked to Europeans, most of them went to Brazil, and the second largest destination was the Caribbean. So no, your heritage is not our heritage. We do not have the vast African admixture that y'all do. And I know I'm a genealogist. I do people's family tree, trace their whole lineage to the 1400s for a living. If there's anybody whose word you should take, it's mine, Playboy.
How you doing? My name's Major Wright. I just got done with my consultation with Mike. If you trying to trace your ancestry, Mike is a good first step to go through. He's going to break it down to you, all 3 steps to get you what you need. And if you want somebody to maybe do the research for you, you pay that price and Mike can help you too. But yes, he will fill you up with knowledge that you never knew and give you all the things like those unanswered questions in your head throughout time. Talk to Mike, man. He's a great dude. I believe in Mike.
And a lot of the Nation of Islam, a lot of those pro-black organizations, they take their a lot of their framework comes from Marcus Garvey's teachings. You understand? But what I said earlier, Black Americans never really accepted Jamaicans into their culture like that, as they're saying today. Because one of the lies they say is that, they always accepted Jamaicans into their culture. They always had a love and they always had an appreciation for Jamaica. And they accepted us as being Black like them. But that's bullshit. For the 32 years of my living, I've always heard Black Americans refer to Jamaicans as not really Black. And they will refer to us as white Black. You see what I'm saying? For those of you who are 32 years like myself, and you're in your 30s and you're early millennial, or even a Gen X, or even a first or second generation Caribbean, especially if you're Jamaican, right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of the older Jamaicans who are in their 40s and their 50s, I don't know why y'all can't chat, but I'm kind of glad y'all can't chat. Kind of glad that y'all can't chat. Just click the like and the share, because...
So he claims that we have racist jokes for Jamaicans, but can't name a single one. He claims we didn't accept them in our community. We don't need to. We got our own community. Build your own. Hold your own nuts. And it's funny how he can't name a single racist joke that we have for them, but I can name a derogatory slur that they have for us. Don't Jamaicans refer to us as Yankees? Yankee boy? They also used the term Akata against us. You know, them African roots run deep with them Jamaicans. And this just shows how Africans, they don't want to be African. Why do these motherfuckers call themselves Jamaican? Jamaican is not an ethnic group, that is a nationality. There are European Jamaicans. There are Chinese Jamaicans. There are red dot on the forehead Indian from India Jamaicans. Jamaican is a nationality. But these Africans don't want to be African. They don't want to call themselves African Jamaican, Afro Jamaican, but we supposed to be an African American? But them motherfuckers get to delineate from Africa. And most of their heritage, most of their lineage is African. But you ain't never heard an Afro Jamaican or an African Jamaican. You ain't never heard no terms like that coming out of their mouths, right?
Because I don't really have low patience for stupid comments in my chat feed. You see what I'm saying? But anyway. But when you come in here, click the like, click the share, and subscribe, right? Anyway.
I don't want constructive criticism, so I'm gonna ban people from commenting in my chat, but like and subscribe. Face ass motherfucker.
Right. So earlier on, if you ask your parents, your Caribbean parents, if they were bloomers or they were silent generation or greatest generation, right down to the millennials and Gen X, they will tell you, because I've heard this from Black Americans. Black Americans always make comments about Jamaicans not really being black. They refer to us as exotic. They refer to us as white, not really black, right? I've even heard Black Americans say out their own mouths that they never really accepted us and that they used to bully us. That's what they say. I've heard that being said by Caribbean blacks older than me, that's above me. They have made those same remarks that Black Americans never really liked Jamaicans. And the reason why they didn't really like Jamaicans is because they would say, my mother told me this, my aunt told me this. I've asked a lot of my elders in my family this, right? The only people I haven't asked.
No, we're really live, not so good. Yeah, y'all, they tripping. Guys, I heard from Black Americans, and Black Americans told me that they don't like Jamaicans. Like, what the fuck, bro? Bro can't share his screen, can't show no documents, no historical resources, no evidence, no video clips, nothing to support his bias. But we just supposed to believe him.
This is my brother and my sister. I have to ask them, and I might do a part video to that, right? They would say that when the Jamaicans would come here, because we have a hard working ethic, that we would take the jobs away from the Black Americans. Funny enough, that's the same comments that they say about the Mexicans. That the Mexicans work hard and they take all the jobs. Remember Donald Trump said that the Venezuelans or the immigrants are going to take away all the black jobs, right? Well, Black Americans used to say that once upon a time about Jamaicans.
Our ancestors, our forefathers never said, oh no, Jamaicans are taking our jobs. No. We're cool with you guys being taxi drivers. We're cool with y'all having all your little restaurants with your oxtails and shit. I mean, I personally have never had oxtails. It looks gross to me. That's just my personal preference. But no, we're not worried about you guys taking our jobs. Just like we're not worried about Mexicans taking our jobs. Trump said that, not us, dumbass.
So the same way how America, white America, would talk about how the Mexicans are coming over here and taking away the lower tier jobs, Black Americans used to say that about Jamaicans, right? They used to call us banana boats, all kind of racist shit. You even hear a lot of them make those remarks today.
Bro, banana boat is not racist. That is a misnomer to describe a certain demographic. If you are part of the immigrants that came over during that Fidel Castro emptying the prisons, Tony Montana era banana boat shit, that's just a descriptor. That's not racist. You came in a banana boat, motherfucker. We have eyes. We observe. We're racist because we're talking about the vessel at which you fled your homeland to come to ours? Okay.
And the reason they say they're making those remarks today is because of the remarks that we've made towards them, which is bullshit because they were making those remarks about us back in the 1920s. Black Americans as a collective, they never really accepted Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, y'all can call it racist. I'm not gonna call it racist. I'm gonna call that being observant. If I call an African a fucking someone who sneaks through a hole in the border, I mean that's not racist. They're really sneaking through holes in our border.
Migrant encounters, they topped Bill 190,000
there's
people
a
in December.
selfie on another selfie. You see the wall in the distance, right? Yeah. So at some point they can't.
So in that same vein, if I see an African land on our shores in a banana boat, I'm gonna call him banana boat. I mean, okay, you know what's more so racist? I think wetback is more racist than banana boat. Wetback is more racist because wetback is like assuming that the person swam across the Rio Grande. And my Mexican Spanish teacher in high school, she played a movie about how Mexicans actually sneak through the sewer tunnels with rats and shit. It was so sad. And then it was crazy. I remember it like it was yesterday. At the end of the movie, she got real sad and she was like, this is how my family came through. And I was like, damn, did she just play a sad ass movie about Mexicans going through a tunnel with sewer rats to get to America? And then she was like, that's how she got over here. I was like, damn. So again, I got more empathy for the Mexicans. You feel me? You know, wetbags is definitely racial undertone, but banana boat, come on. If a motherfucker came on a boat and the boat just so happened to be shaped like a banana, you with me?
He's teaching. Hell, they never really accepted Malcolm X's teaching, or the Nation of Islam teachings, or a lot of the pro-black teachings. The only groups or pro-black groups or organizations that really accepted Jamaicans into there as being black were maybe like the Nation of Islam, the Hebrew Israelites, because you know the Hebrew Israelites, they refer to themselves as their original small hat people. Lynn, right? That what you said, that has been said. I'm 32 years old. I've heard that since I've been born. A lot of older Caribbean folks been say that that's how Black Americans have been acting towards Jamaicans. And because social media wasn't around back then, they can come back and you see.
Bro, why is it that we have so many different Africans across their African diaspora making videos on YouTube, bitching and whining and moaning and groaning about us and how they don't feel accepted and they felt like we did them wrong? We don't sit around making videos about Jamaicans and how we think Jamaicans are so bad or how, I mean, come on. The only time we ever make videos about you is reacting to your tomfoolery that you aim our way. We by default don't give a damn about you. Come on.
63. And that's the boomer generation, right? They're coming back around now and saying that we've been saying, well, because we got to be really honest about it, right? I've heard Jamaicans make remarks about Black Americans that they're lazy this and they're lazy that and they don't have no structure and they don't have this and they don't have that. Well, you have to remember that a lot of Jamaicans, because I'm born here, right? I'm born here. I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. My parents and most of my family above me that's in their 60s and their 50s, and my older brothers and my sisters, well, my older brothers' siblings or whatever.
Okay, got it. So he's a tether baby who's going off of myths and rumors passed down from his old heads. Oh, okay. What? Motherfuckers from Brooklyn. But oh no, my Jamaican uncle said that you Black Americans really did him wrong back in the day. Like, what the fuck? Get over it.
My cousins, they're from Jamaica, right? So you have to remember that a lot of Jamaicans in Jamaica, they come from, even though they're they're in poverty, they still come from a structured household, meaning.
Damn, first a motherfucker was saying Pacific instead of specific, and now he can't say impoverished. I mean, I ain't trying to be, hey. Matter of fact, fuck that shit. I'm gonna let him have it, because you was born in the States, motherfucker. I went through the same public education school system you did, okay? If he was born and raised in Jamaica, I give him a little bit of a pass to sharpen up your grammar.
Remember that a lot of Jamaicans in Jamaica, they come from more, even though they're they're in poverty, they still come from a structured household, meaning every morning, my mother, my older siblings, my cousins, they would get up at 4 in the morning, 4 in the morning, do their chores before they go to school, walk miles before they get to that school, come back home, do their chores, eat their dinner, go to bed, and do that process over and over again. And there was a big respect.
And what is so special about that? You don't think in between us going to bed or going to school, we didn't do some chores too, motherfucker? Like, what? He just really thought he dropped the mic there. He thought what he said was profound as fuck, right? He said, y'all don't know how hard working the Jamaicans is. Like, the Jamaicans wake up and they eat breakfast and they go to school, and when they come back, they do chores before they go to bed. Like, motherfucker, okay. All right. You could congratulate. Y'all got more structure than us because of that? If y'all got more structure than us, then why is Vice TV making specials like this?
While some believe Jamaica's attitudes to homosexuality are slowly evolving, last year actually saw an increase in homophobic and transphobic violence, with attacks often taking place in broad daylight and shared across social media. We travelled to the capital city of Kingston to explore the reality of being gay in a country known for its LGBT intolerance. Though homosexuality is technically not illegal here, the presence of Jamaica's colonial-era buggery law, which criminalises anal sex, can land you a 10-year prison sentence with hard labour. In central Kingston, there is now a community of trans and gay youth living in a storm drain, or as the locals call it, a gully. Prominent.
Damn, so that's why they call them gully queens, because the homosexuals in Jamaica are subjugated so harshly, they literally have to live in the sewer, also known as the gully. Oh, damn. But he said they got structure. They're more structured than us.
LGBT activist Maurice Tomlinson offered to introduce us to the kids living in the gully at a protest.
Hey, Black Americans don't really rock with this agenda like that. But we accept our family for who they are, okay? We ain't making our native Black American LGBTQ plus members live in the fucking sewer, Playboy.
He was organizing to raise awareness about their situation.
We have classism in Jamaica. So we have what is called the rich queens and the scary queens. The rich queens are the gay men who are of some means, like myself. We can insulate ourselves from the worst forms of homophobia. So we have this tendency to think of all the poor queens or the scary queens being at fault for having this homophobia meted out against them. If they would just be more like us, they'd be safer. And if you're in a persecuted class, as we are, if you manage to escape your persecution, you don't want to bring any taint of that persecution. So, for example, this standard.
Okay, all right, guys. That's enough for me. That's giving me a migraine. So the poor queens are the scary gullah queens, and the rich gullah queens can insulate themselves from persecution, and the rich gullah queens look down on the scary poor gullah queens living in the sewer and think, why can't you guys just be like us rich gullah queens, and then maybe we wouldn't have such a tarnished image because of you sewer gullah queens. Good Lord, motherfucker ain't gonna make a video about that, is he? He ain't gonna make no video about that, but he gonna make a video bitching and griping about native Black Americans.
That the younger ones had to have for their mother, for their father, for their elders, right? Like, for instance, if your mother, Jamaican mother, told you to get up, or she's gonna send you to the store, you can't tell your mother, no, you're not gonna do it. You get popped or slapped. So in Jamaica, they're more structured household, even though they're in poverty. So now if you're a Black Jamaican, right, and you're in Jamaica and you're coming from a poverty structure and you're coming from a certain disciplinary household, and you come to America and you see all the opportunities here that you're getting, but now you see Black Americans, they're not taking advantage of the opportunities there. From your point of view, you're going to look at that as them being lazy. But I have to tell Jamaicans this, though, because I'm being balanced right now, because it's bullshit being said from both sides, right? What Jamaicans have to understand is that when Jamaicans get here and they get adjusted to the system, they understand. And I even have to tell Jamaicans who first come here to this country that, hey, listen, you have to work for what you want out here. Yeah, the opportunity is there, but you have more opportunities than you might have back home, but you still got to work here to get there. All right? But you got to tell Jamaicans that, you know, there's really a lot of goofiness that the system is being thrown against black folks here, especially black men, black American men that's here, that really prevents them and sets them back, right? But still on top of that, though, there's still a lot of nonsense within black American culture that they say to each other and socialize within each other that hold them back as well. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, Lynn. They made a lot of comments like that. So when black Americans today are saying that they had an appreciation or they accepted black Caribbean blacks into their culture, they never did. That's fake love. They're being fake. And what they say is that they've been taught to love and appreciate.
And how the fuck did Busta Rhymes have a burgeoning rap career if we didn't accept Caribbean blacks into our culture? What the fuck is you talking about? So we wasn't moving and grooving to Bob Marley, huh? What the fuck are you talking about?
Other black cultures. You had to be taught to love and accept other black cultures. You shouldn't have to be taught to appreciate your black brother or your black Jamaican brother or your Haitian brother. You shouldn't have to be taught this. This should be automatic. So the fact that you had to be taught something means you didn't have it from the beginning. You didn't know about it from the beginning, right? So what was I talking about? Right. So black Americans never really accepted Jamaicans Jamaicans into their culture. It's fake love. They're just saying it now, right? They're saying it now for the social media and internet. But if social media was back around then, you would have heard black Americans say some of the most racist shit ever towards Jamaicans. And they're pawning off, oh, we just joking or we jonesing. In Jamaica, we do something called run joke. We know the difference between when you're jonesing and you're playing around or you saying something different, disrespectful. Right. So, let's go back.
He can't even get his bullshit together, y'all. He can't even get his, y'all. He is not worth wasting any more time on. We only 15 minutes in. We only this bitch made mother. He rants about us Native Black Americans for over an hour. How are you so effeminate, so bitch made that you're gonna sit in front of the camera and bitch and gripe about Native Black Americans for over an hour? Shit. Yeah. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, do not go anywhere. As soon as this broadcast ends, there's going to be a countdown on the screen, and the next stream is going to begin automatically. Oh, shit, this was wild, y'all. Them Jamaicans. Them Jamaicans.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British, man. Quite frankly, you was kings, Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners. Raised up the children to worship their images. Set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them. And this shit get way deeper than your pigment.